so this is a haul video for eBay Vinted, what we bought and what we sold, and we need to get this filmed so that we can list the stuff. Hi Kath.
Didn't work that time.
Kath just went into the downstairs ladies' room to brush her hair and managed to get herself stuck in the doorway with this thing. Our eye has been off the ball a bit with the listing because we've been down the allotment so much, so we need to show you what we've got so we can... I mean, here's the first thing.
Yes.
What are you wearing? Have you got some... Right. Have you got something to tell me?
What? No, actually, no, I haven't. No. Just thought I'd model it.
Nice.
You know. Do you like?
Lovely, yeah.
It's baby carrier.
Are you going to carry me? When I'm tired?
Well, I don't know that you'd fit, to be quite
No,
honest with you.
Wouldn't.
I mean, look at the size of the leg hole, for a start.
All right.
No chance. Anyway, shall I start with this?
Yeah.
This is a bush baby. It's a baby carrier, obviously. It's very comfortable, I have to say. This was bought, so we went to 2 car boots over the bank holiday. One was Windy Corner and the other one was the cricket field. Yeah. Which the cricket field doesn't happen very often. This was from Windy Corner. It cost me £12. It's in really good and very clean condition. Very clean condition. Yep. And it's worth around about, I think, about 30 to 40, roughly. It's probably not the best buy, because obviously it's quite bulky. It's quite a bulky thing to pack. You buy what you see, don't you? This needs to come down a bit. I'm not this tall. I know you like to think I am, but...
Shrinking as you...
There we go. I bought this from the cricket field. And, well, it was so easy to spot because it's so big. Growmaster propagator is electric one. I think it's probably vintage. It's by Sankey. It was £4. So I'm actually keeping this. I'm going to give this to Mum because Mum does do a lot of sowing of seeds for the allotment, and she did actually, and I didn't know this, when I phoned her the other night, she did say that she'd run out of room in her propagator, so she's going to have a second one. Again, Windy Corner, so first car boot. These have been through the wash, but they were looking fairly good anyway. Converse high tops in black, men's size 10, in good condition. I can't remember if I paid £2 or £3 for these. Yeah, there's a couple of little tiny marks, but nothing to go shouting about, really. £2 or £3 I paid for them, and I'd probably get somewhere between £15 to £18 back on those. Pretty much a sort of staple, I suppose. These are Outberg boots. In fact, I bought 2 pair of boots from the same guy. He wanted £15 for these, but because I bought both pair of boots, he charged me £12.50 each, so 30. Instead of 30, I paid 25. The Outberg Defender boots in a size 10 are worth around 60 quid, something like that. So that's one pair. The other boots are better, in my opinion. And these were the boots that I spotted in the first place. These are the, and I don't know how to pronounce it, AKU, A-K-U. Now, I bought a pair of these a few weeks ago from a different car boot place. They were my size, and I've been using them for detecting, and they are absolutely brilliant. I love them. So when I spotted these, I thought I need to find out how much these are. So again, paid £12.50. They're in really, I've just started cleaning them. Although you probably can't tell. Really good condition. These are worth, some people are getting over £100 for them. I want to pitch it in such a way that sort of almost come and buy me type price. So somewhere around the £80 mark. Yeah, really nice boots. Really like those. Very happy with that buy.
Very good. Can I show something?
Yeah, of course you can.
Rustle.
It's like knowing where to put the stuff, isn't it? I just put them there. There we go.
At the cricket field car boot sale, I didn't buy very much, which is unlike me. I think I'm just a bit tired. But I did buy this. It's a lamp. And it comes with a remote control. And when I got it home, I thought it's not working. Then I realised there were no batteries. You put the batteries in the back of the lamp and in the control. And it certainly does work. And I took a little video of this last night when I was testing it, which I'll just put in here. Let's try the remote. There we go. Oh. All the phases of the moon. Isn't that lovely? This cost me 50p. That's all. 50p. There's only one other currently listed that I can find, and I can't find any sold. The one that's listed and it has watches is £37 and something pence. So I am certainly not going to be losing money on that one. I'm just going to carry on, Kath, because I've cleared this side then.
Okay.
The second thing I bought from the car boot sale was a bundle of Charlie and Lola hardback books. Abby used to love Charlie and Lola, didn't she?
Yeah.
Absolutely adore them. They're all in really good condition. This lady really was one of these have a clear out kind of sellers. These books were 50p each, so £3.50 for all of them. And they are selling for around the £15 to £18 mark. So happy with that. And then the last thing I've got on the side here, but this was actually from the car boot sale on the Sunday, the Windy Corner one. Not to be outdone by Catherine and her paint success. I can hardly lift this box full. Paint! We've got pastels, which I may keep because we're joining art class in September. All of these in this bag are acrylics and everything else is oils. There's also some other things that we've taken out already to keep, like brushes and... Are they over there?
Varnish, yeah.
Varnish.
Brushes, varnish.
So they came with it. We're going to keep those as well for projects in mind. But all of these are acrylic. And you've also got the painting colourless gel, titanium white, quite a bit of that. Mum seems to think the titanium white will be quite popular. Whew, it's heavy. £12 I paid for all of that, and that was knocked down from 15.
Yeah.
I have no idea how much they're worth.
You were a bit worried about
Yeah,
paying £12 for
I was a bit, but I might keep the acrylics. I'm not sure. We're starting this art club in September. I might sell them. I'm not sure. I have had a little look online, and there are people getting quite silly money for big bundles of old and used oil tubes.
Yeah.
She's there going,
This
told ya.
is why I said, if you hadn't have bought that, I'd have bought it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might start it at a price, let that one run on bids and see where it lands.
Yeah.
Rather than buy it now. Right, that's my little side of the kitchen cleared. I do have more things, but not on the side. Kath, have you got something in mind?
I have, but I don't actually know where it is, so I'll just pick at random.
Lucky dip.
Okay, so yeah, some good things and some not so good things. I do like to take a punt on stuff, really. Pair of cat boots. I don't mean cat meow, cat boot. Caterpillar boots. They are not in the best condition, they're all scratched up. I thought maybe they could be a vintage thing. I'd definitely clean them up, like to make them look better. But I bought them because they were £2. That's the reason why I bought them. Maybe a vintage item. I'm not on vintage yet, but I think for something like that, that would be the ideal place to put them. Not sure what they're worth. I won't get a lot of money for them, I don't think. But I'll get more than £2. This was quite fun. Thunderbirds. It's Penelope's car, the pink one. But it's still sealed. I think this is from the 90s actually. Early 90s. As opposed to earlier than that. It was from Woolworths originally. It was £2.99. And yeah, he charged me £3 for it. What does this sell for? Thunderbirds. Around, I think some people have got about £20 for this. Sealed. Having said that, I do believe the card was in better condition than this. So if I drop the price up slightly, there's something a bit different. Bought this from somebody actually who is a friend of ours and a fellow detectorist, but he also buys and sells. It's mainly, excuse the glasses, it's mainly, he buys and sells gold. He's really into gold and silver, but he does sometimes have a stall, and I spotted this on his stall. It's a Spitfire in brass. He was asking £5 for it, and then changed his mind and said you can have it for 4, mates rates. So I paid £4 for this. Needs clean. Will I clean it? I don't know, I might do. I do believe somebody had got one up and sold it for over £30. I probably won't put it up that high because I do want to try and turn over my stock fairly quickly if possible, because I need to build up my eBay and get some good feedback, and I want to keep the prices competitive and affordable, and you know, I want people to have a bargain. And then this is a bit grubby as well. Friends DVD box set, and it also has extended, exclusive and unseen footage. It's got marks on the box, so I'll try and clean that off. Not sure how much this is worth. I paid £3 for it, and it's worth around about £20. That's the end of that bag. Do you want to?
My turn.
Your turn.
I don't remember what's in this bag.
Okay.
I bought this bag in a charity shop at the Pirate Festival because I couldn't carry all the fruit I bought. So I needed to stick it in a backpack and on my back. Since then, I'm using it for things that have yet to be listed. Now I get the feeling some of these things are gifted by Mother to sell, yes, and some of these things may be from the tip shop because we've been there too. So this is one that Mother got. I have paid her back for it. She paid £10 in the charity shop, thought that it would be good for me to sell. And it's Eau de Toilette Future by Robert, and I cannot say the surname, Piguet, sealed, vintage. Mum's put a little bit of a blurb on it for me. She has put the original, not reissued Future, created in 1967, discontinued in 1974. I paid Mum £10 for this. They are selling for around the £120 mark. Crazy money. Thanks, Mum. Oh yeah, this was from the Pirate Festival, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've had a few of these puppet birds. This was from a charity shop, the Rowcroft charity shop, £1.25. It's probably more of a vintage thing. I tend to sell them for £9 to £12. I think this might be my 5th one. Seemed quite apt to buy that on Pirate Day. What else have we got in here? Oh, it's another Mother offering. Can you remember how much this was worth?
Around about £20 to £25, I believe.
Mother's been on the
Something
perfume
like
hunt.
that.
So she bought Betty Boop Party. And I think Kath might have the other one to go
I
with
had
this.
one as well. I've got one as well, but mine's already listed.
Oh right, okay. Kath's
Yeah.
already listed hers. She's ahead of me. It's quite a cool little bottle, I think. Look at that. Betty Boop Party.
Boop, boop,
Eau de Parfum. One of Mother's offerings, and that's worth around whatever Kath just said.
Yeah, around about £20, something like that.
£20. I'm going to give this
20
to you to put
25.
back together.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's alright.
I should
Is
be
there
scrabbling in
anything
the
else
background,
in my bag? There is. What is it? What is it?
though. Is that like a Mary Poppins bag?
Yeah, it is. These are ones I think that Mother's listened to and is ready to now pass on. She has a lot of audiobooks, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of audiobooks. They tend to get passed on to me after she's listened to them. So this is Dorothy L. Sayers' 5 Red Herrings, BBC Radio Collection on cassette. They will be fine. She will have listened to them. Agatha Christie, The Crackler and Other Stories, also audio cassette. They still sell. I'm not sure how much for these particular ones, but they still sell. And then she's given me Ken Follett, The Pillars of the Earth. These will be audiobook CD, I believe. Yeah, 8 CDs. So that's her audio clear out for the week. That's it for that bag. Perfumes, audiobooks, and a cheeky little puppet.
It's a puppet.
It's a puppet. Shall I carry on?
If you want to.
This is a mishmash of places. Where should I pop it?
I thought you said you didn't have a lot of stuff.
I don't.
Really? Okay.
Mishmash of stuff. So this one is from the Tip Shop. It is Jules Mini Body Care Tin Gift Set. Body wash, body scrub, body souffle, and souffle, yeah. And soap. It's all in there. It all smells gorgeous. Lovely. I like the tin. That's what drew me to it.
How much is that worth?
Well, I paid one price for everything in the Tip Shop. Whenever I say this is from the Tip Shop, everything costs £6 and I haven't worked out how much that comes to per item. We could do that. Keep a tally, Kath. 1. This is from the Tip Shop. How to Train Your Dragon. Build-A-Bear. I think they're worth £7, £8. Not a lot. But it was the Tip Shop. This was from the Tip Shop. And it's, I took this white yarn, dyed it and knitted this scarf. Tie-dye, knitting, arts and crafts, sealed set. What else is there? This is from the Tip Shop. I have looked this one up. Spirituality for Badasses, book 1. It's different, isn't it? These are going for £15 plus on eBay. This is from the Tip Shop. It's a veggie spiralizer. It's still sealed. I saw somebody buying one of these at the car boot sale the day after I'd bought it from the Tip. And I thought, oh, you could have bought mine. Mugs, Russian dolls. I know there are people out there who do collect Russian dolls, so it might appeal. This is Past Times mug. Robin Hood books. Now these aren't in the best of condition and may have to go on Vinted. But I know that if you have all the trilogies, then they do sell. And the thing is, look at the state of them. What was I thinking? But there's one trilogy. I might even read them before I sell them. So this whole bag is Tip Shop. I have 2 box sets of Adventure Time Card Wars. Princess Bubblegum versus Lumpy Space Princess. I would be the latter. And Ice King versus Marceline. Thought they might sell. This I bought to keep for the allotment. It's a travel mug. Look at the birds. This I bought to keep because we needed one. I've got 2 Mason egg cups. I know sometimes the Mason items can sell. Not sure about the egg cups. And then Habitat mugs, 2 of them. That's the back. There's the front. Oh, can't see it. So cack-handed. Dalmatian. Poodle. I thought they were quite nice. Together? I'll sell them together, yeah. So all of those things are from the Tip Shop, £6.
Okay, so there's 99 items if you don't include the things that you were bundling, apart from the books.
Yeah.
And the things that you keep in. 16, 17, 8, so 19 items in all.
I got a Banksy Wall and Peace. Get it? Banksy Wall and Peace book. Thought that might be interesting. It is interesting. I like Banksy stuff. Oh, this is for us to keep as well. Lots of things to keep. The Sovereign and its Golden Antecedent.
You what, sorry?
It's all the coins we wish we could find metal detecting. And if we ever do find them, then we have a reference book here. So yeah.
30. If you're going to round it up, then 32 pence an item.
32 pence an item. Not bad, is it? So, yep, coin book for us to keep. And then the last item is a sealed La Casa de Papel Netflix puzzle. That looks fun, doesn't it?
No.
So that was quite a lot from the Tip Shop. And I don't have that much more left after that, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, surely it must be my turn.
No, yeah. I'm going to pause while I put all these bits back in the bag.
I do like a bit of vintage Tupperware.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all this. It's... Turn it round. Mustard. Salt is the next one. And pepper in its little stand. The pepper one's a bit discoloured from having pepper in it. And it's in its own little stand with a handle. My mum had one of these, but it was a bigger version that you could put relishes in. I paid, I think it was 50p I paid for that. And it is worth about £15. This is quite a nice item as well. Vanguards. It's not normally something that I'd look out for, but it just, I don't know, it just popped out at me. Doesn't look like it's been out of its box. It's obviously one of these collector's items. So the box is a little worn along here, but it's not too bad. That cost me £2, and I probably wouldn't have bought it for any more than that because I had no idea whether it was worth anything or not. It was just, I was taking a punt. And it's worth, I think somebody has managed to get £22.56 for this, which is a bit of an odd number, but that's what it sold for. So I'm thinking maybe around about the £20 mark, maybe just a little bit under to be competitive. Casio calculator. So yeah, one of the special ones. FX 85 GT Plus. I paid 50p for this, and it's worth around about £11-12. This is cute. It's German make. I think that's why I was drawn to it, is because it's made in Germany. Quite a lot of stuff that's made in Germany is normally pretty good quality, collectible. I'm not sure what age he is, but I'm guessing he is possibly vintage, but maybe 20 years old. Maybe made in the 90s as opposed to the 80s. There's a little bit of something going on with the loop here, which I'd disclose. Actually, I paid up for this, really, for what it is. Not knowing anything about it. Paid £4 for him because he's so cute. I have seen these on Etsy for silly money, I think. The only one that I found on eBay sold for £14. Yeah, around about £14-15 mark. So, probably not a good buy, but sometimes you just have to buy the things that you like. Nike trainers, men's again. Don't look like they've ever been worn. T-Light XL. Then I've had a good look at the inner label to make sure that they are actually authentic, which as far as I can see, they're authentic. They only cost me £5, so I had to buy them, even though I didn't know much about them. They're Nike, they're new, they're boxed, they're a good size. I think there might be another size 10. No, they're not. They're men's size 11.5. I think people have been getting more than £40 for them, 40 to 50. I'd probably price them around the £40 mark so that I can get them gone. This is a water bladder. It's by Eurohike, Cactus 3, Day Sack. It holds 3 litres of water. You stick it on your back, and then it has a pipe that goes to your mouth. So if you're hiking, you don't need to stop to get your bottle out and of them. This cost me £3. It's new other. I have had a good look at it. It looks like it's been stored. There are a couple of marks up here. And there was also, do you know the little sachets that they put inside bags to stop them from, I think it draws the moisture out? That had actually broken and was inside the bag, so I've cleaned that out. So I can't call it new. It'd have to be new other. Let everybody know the reason why. It cost me £3 and it's probably worth about 15. Now, had that been another make, I'm trying to think of another make. Something that's not your Eurohike, because that's pretty bog standard, basic. If it had been, I don't know, Berghaus or Solomon or something like that, probably would be worth a lot more money. G-clamps, C-clamps, whatever you want to call them. They're clearly vintage. They are by Mall Fable. Don't know, never heard of them. These can make a bit of money. I think probably around about £9-10 each. I paid, did I pay 50p?
There's another one that was a genuine clear out lady.
A lady that was getting rid of all of her dad's tools. And she just wanted everything gone, and I paid 50p for the 3. And they're probably worth about, I don't know, £7 to £10 each. So I'll just do them as a bundle and sell them off cheap. I've got to account for weight as well as the other thing, because they are quite heavy. I have one more bag to go. Do you want to do your next lot?
My next lot is my last lot.
Okay, you do your next lot
And
then.
my last lot is not a lot. Okay, we have... Now this may be for us. Ryobi, what do they call this again? Transformer charger. Anyway, it's one of them. I didn't know what it was. The guy had to explain it a few times before it clicked in my head what it was. And basically, if you have Ryobi tools, which we do, and you have a full charge battery on your Ryobi tools, which we currently do, you can stick your battery on top of this thing and then plug your phone charger into the side, and you can charge whatever you need to charge using the power from the battery you've just stuck on top. Do you get that?
So
Took
it's
me
like
a while.
a sort of converter sort of thing.
Converter, inverter, might be inverter. Anyway, £10 we thought it'd be ever so handy to perhaps have down the shed if I don't sell it. Probably have it down the shed, because we do film quite a lot down there and quite often batteries do die.
Yeah.
So useful to put in the...
What's it worth though?
Can't remember. About, not a lot more. I paid £10 and I think I've seen them around the £20 mark. So, you know, for personal use, I don't mind paying £10, which is likely what it's going to be. And although the bag looks quite full, not that you can see, it's only one, it would be one lot. And it is, and I've had these a few times as well, Series of Unfortunate Events books. They're all like this. I'm not going to pull them all out to show you. I'm sure you've seen them before. There's 13 of them. They're paperback. Now, I haven't had paperback before. I normally get the hardback ones, but they just look unread. Apart from book 1. I can see how far they got. So I paid £5 for all of the books. And that's not a bad price for 13 books, I don't think. There's the last one. That's normally the hardest one to find. That one. Not a crease on the spine, see? I need to look these up again because it's been a while since I've sold a set, just to make sure prices aren't changing, and I'll pop the price up there. It will be more than £5. So yeah, the Series of Unfortunate Events, Charlie and Lola books, and the Moon Lamp. That's all I got from the whole car boot sale on Bank Holiday Monday to resell, and I also got that. Not a lot for me, really not a lot, is it?
No. Whereas I was just
Kath was like, spend happy.
I was just buying all the junk.
Yeah. Such as.
It is a good link actually, because you know, he's Womble. And Womble's like rubbish and junk. So you know. I'm not sure which one this is. But he's got a shawl, so maybe it's the grandfather. No. Uncle Bulgaria?
Uncle Bulgaria.
Don't know. So if he's Uncle Bulgaria, then surely he should have a hat. He's in nice condition. I paid £2 for that. He's not vintage. He's probably from like the 90s or 2000s, maybe. Paid £2 for him. And I think he's worth about 15 to maybe 18. But I'd probably err on the £15 mark, seeing as he hasn't got his hat. I like to look out for vintage children's books, mainly because I like the pictures. Anyway, I bought this one. Shame there weren't 4 of them. This is What to Look For in Winter. They are seasonal. There are 4 of them. Summer, spring, autumn and winter. If you have all 4, they can go for good money. I can't remember quite how much, but I'll put a typical price on the screen for you that they sell for. Shame they didn't have all 4, but one will do. I shall keep this and I'll be on the lookout for the other 3. But they don't come up very often. This actually could be good for somebody that's wanting to complete their collection. But I'm going to try and make a collection of my own. See how far I get with that. That cost me £1. Now then, I think this is the last item. There were a few other things that I bought, but I'm trying to keep it. It would go on forever if I showed you everything. But I thought I would show you these because you might think, why on earth did you buy those? What were you thinking? And I was kind of thinking the same.
Why on earth did you buy those? I didn't see you buy those.
Did you not?
No.
These were £3 as well. They have no plug on them. All the bulbs have got paint coming off them. They're clearly, they don't have a plug on them. In fact, there's two bits of, well, in fact, here's another bit of wire, which she gave me after. She said, I think this goes with it. And I'm like, okay. All the bulbs are different, so they're from different, but they're all vintage. Yeah, but they're very, very well used. Look at all the wear on them. Because they'd be, probably some of them would be hand painted. I saw a set of these particular lights, these ones, on a string. Had a plug. Were working on eBay. He's asking, I think it was about £150, £160 for a string of lights that had that on them. Somebody else was actually selling the vintage bulbs like this and very much like this type of thing. I think he had about 8 bulbs, just the bulbs, not the rest of it. And I think he managed to get around about £60 for 8 bulbs, just the bulbs. So I'm thinking maybe if I take all the bulbs off, do a starting price of something like, although I paid £3 for them, starting price of $39.99, and just see where it goes. And then maybe I'll just throw the wire in afterwards if somebody buys them. I'll say, would you like the wire that went with them? They might say yes, they might say no. I think that's what I'll do with that, and just see where it lands, really. But would you have bought these for £3? Would you have looked at them and said, they're terrible, I'm not buying those for £3? We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Wow.
There we are.
Well, that's a snapshot of some of the things that we've bought.
I have no idea where we're going to put them.
I think we'll flip over onto the other side of things now, which is what's sold.
Yes.
Yes.
Come and have a look.
Third time lucky filming this. I'm not that good with screen recordings. I wanted to give you a snapshot of some of the things I've sold. It's not all the things, it's just some things that I'm fairly pleased with. And this is the first one. It's a singamajig. I had a blue one before, you might remember. He presses tummy and he sings. This is the red one. Now the red one, I didn't know when I picked it up for 10p, is worth more. And this one sold for £28 and a penny. The next item, this is a coin case, a lockable coin case for metal detecting finds or coin collections. I actually bought one for Kath and one for Mum from Lidl years ago. Kath's has not survived the test of time, and Mum hasn't really used hers, so I've sold it for £20. Obviously she gave me permission to sell it, I didn't just take it back. £20, so even though I'd bought it new, a few years later still got a profit. Turtle wax soft top and cabrio car cleaning kit. I got this from a tip. Wouldn't have cost me more than £1, and that sold for 15. I've had it for quite a while. I think the nice weather has brought out the car cleaners. This you may remember from Mother's Day car boot sale in Plymouth. Picked it up for £2, sold it for £14.23. That was a lovely little item. And I'm pretty sure I've shown this in a haul before. If not, you'll see it in this haul. Rendell Designs, just lovely little planner. It's got notebook, meal prep, all sorts in there. Lovely designs. Picked it up for 50p. It was a bit of a awkward sale. The lady who sold it was embarrassed because her husband didn't realise she was selling it and it had been a gift. And she only sold it for 50p and it wasn't used. £17.75 I've sold that on for. They do go for more on eBay, but I'm not going to quibble. That's a good profit. Sonic Squishmallows. Now, I think it was the same car boot sale I picked these Sonic Squishmallows up, £4 each. Sold this one for £16.99. I'm going to jump ahead to this one. And this one for £16.99, so I think there's 2 left now. So that's good. That's, I mean, just selling one's paid for all the Squishmallows. And then this is the Filofax I picked up in Totnes when I went to see family just before Easter. I have no memory of how much I paid. I think it might have been £4. But you've seen it on vlogs gone by, and I've sold it for £26. And then the last little thing I wanted to show you is a TY. Now, some TY toys, they don't sell for much, and some do. And this is a Japanese one. All the labels are in Japanese. Raicho, R-A-I-C-H-O, Japanese Beanie Baby. Glory Family Winter Bird. It doesn't sing, it's just a soft toy. And it went for £15. Now, on eBay, they do go for more. However, there's a name written on the tag, so I had to let this one go for less. This was a 10p toy. So, in all, good profits, which is what we're after. Sales for me have slowed down a bit because I've been very focused on the allotment, but I'm hoping to get back into listing and scheduling my listings and so on prior to us going away. So hopefully next time I will have more sales to show you.
So, here are some of the things that I've sold recently. Starting with Sophie Conran, Portmeirion. I bought this from car boot sale for £1 and sold it for £29.99. Scrolling up, Lazy Jack's quarter zip pullover, a men's one. I actually thought this would be worth more money. Can't remember how much I paid for this, but it wouldn't have been much, maybe £1, and sold for £12.45. Same again, Barber. It's good make to look out for. The jackets do tend to do well. The rest of the clothing, not so much. Somebody got a bargain, I think. Really nice jumper, which I sold for £14.45, and again I would have paid around about £1 for it. A bundle of PlayStation 4 games. I got these from a charity shop for £1.50. Doesn't really set the world alight at £8.45, but I'm just glad to move them on, and quite quickly. Here's a good buy, Red Wing, a name to look out for when it comes to boots, because they can be worth a lot of money. I got these from a charity shop for £1. They were in a bit of a state. I took some time to clean them up, bought a new pair of genuine Red Wing laces for them, and sold them for 110. I could have probably sold them for a lot more money, but I was happy to pass on a bargain to somebody else, and very quickly. Boots. Obviously, I have a bit of a thing for boots. Brasher are a really good name. These are the Gore-Tex type. I bought for not a lot of money, £2 these were, again from another charity shop, and sold for £40, free postage. A Rigorummy book. I think this one cost me 50p from the car boot, and I sold that for £8.45. Again, not a massive margin, but I really do enjoy selling crafting items, particularly books. Whittard of Chelsea. I didn't even realise that Whittard of Chelsea sold melamine camping sets, but I found this at the car boot for £3 and sold it for £15.45. Another pair of men's shoes, Timberland. These are loafers. I think they also call them driving shoes. How much did I pay for these? I think I might have paid £10 for these. No, it wasn't. It was £15 at a charity shop, and sold them for £39.99. Vintage brass and glass small curio thimble display case. I actually remember my mum having one of these that she kept her thimbles in. That was back in the late 80s, so I knew for sure that it was vintage. I bought this for £2, I believe, and sold it for £23.45. Exit the game, The Enchanted Forest. This was car boot buy, which I bought for £2. I had no idea whether this was worth money or not, but I really liked the picture. Sold that for £9.99. And last up, a pair of black Altberg Defender boots, size 9. I also bought these from the car boot last week, so they didn't hang around. I paid £12.50 for them and sold them for £42.45. And that's it.